Hello Quizheads, welcome to edition number 180 of Takeaway Trivia, your pub quiz in a podcast, coming away 4 more rounds of bar trivia straight into your ears to play however you like. You can either do it like a real pub quiz, sit around with your family and friends and battle your brains, or just play by yourself while you're out walking the dog, maybe doing a bit of DIY, fixing the car, or just on your daily commute. However you want to play, it's up to you. I provide the questions, you provide the rules. Before we delve into that trivia, let's take a look at the emails. And firstly, hello to Jamie Hughes, who says, can I get a shout out please for me and my wife? We listen to the quiz every week in our garden bar called Spike's Bar. We believe every good bar needs a great pub quiz, and you are our resident quiz master. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you very much. Just make sure you've got a good cider there, because as a Hereford boy, I need a good pint of cider, all right? That's from Jamie and Lindsay from Pontefract in West Yorkshire. Thank you, guys. Sandra says, hi, Leon. My husband and I stumbled upon your podcast a little while ago in search for a general knowledge quiz for long drives. It's become a regular road trip tradition now. We live in Sydney, Australia, but we've had the dream of visiting England for a long time. And we finally made it. We've been travelling across England and Scotland for about 2 weeks and are heading home on Tuesday. Now, I've got to be honest here, Sandra and Ned contacted me asking for a shout out a couple of weeks ago, but I've actually been away. So last week's episode was recorded quite far in advance. I've had just over a week up in the Lake District. Gorgeous, by the way. I've never been there before, always wanted to visit the Lake District. Had a wonderful time around Cockermouth and Keswick and Buttermere Lake in particular. Beautiful, beautiful place. But it meant that I couldn't record this shout out for last week's edition while they were still in the UK. So sorry that I couldn't do that. But Sandra and Ned, I hope you had an amazing time. And thank you for getting in touch. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Hello once again to Lindenberg Shimpson, who says myself and my partner Stacey are heading to London this weekend to watch AEW, that's All In Wrestling. It's at Wembley Stadium and it's Stacey's birthday. We're going to be heading back on the Monday, that is today, I'm guessing. Any chance of a birthday shout out? Yes, of course, Stacey. Happy birthday, Lindenberg. Thank you for getting in touch. Hope the wrestling was good. And finally, another email here who says, hello, we first discovered you on our road trip from Portland, Dorset to Inverness. Wow, that is a long drive. We've been addicts ever since. Listening to Tat is now a staple for any journey. As a fellow coaster enthusiast, I'd love to see more theme park trivia on future episodes. Keep up the great work. Bonus point if you can pronounce my name correctly. Well, written down, it looks like Elijah, but I don't think it is. Is it Alicia? Is that right? So Alicia and Lee, hello, thank you for getting in touch. Yeah, I'd love to do some more roller coaster quizzing. I think it might be a little bit niche to sort of go all in, but I'm sure we'll have some theme park questions popping up again soon. Have I got a bonus point? Did I pronounce your name correctly, Alicia? I'll tell you what, while we're on the subject of pronunciation, it's time for this.
Correction section.
Oh yes, the correction section. Last week I asked you to name all the United Arab Emirates. And I was pretty chuffed with my pronunciation until I received this message from Sal Cam.
I'm here in the United Arab Emirates. I grew up here. I was born here. And I have never once, ever heard anyone say that the smallest emirate is Ayman. It's not Sarajevo, man. It's Ajman. The J is pronounced as a J. You can really go at it. Ajman. But yeah, love the show. I really enjoy listening to it.
So there we go. Duff pronunciation once again. Sorry, Sal. Thank you for correcting me. Right, onwards with this week's podcast. Coming up, we've got the final fling. We'll be playing Clued Up. We've got the return of Wipeout. But before all that, let's start with general knowledge. Good luck. Here we go then with question number 1 in this week's general knowledge. Currently having success with Vampire, what was the name of Olivia Rodrigo's 2021 debut single? It was a massive hit back then. What was it called? Number 1, currently having huge success with Vampire. What was the name of Olivia Rodrigo's 2021 debut single? Number 2, who played Danny Zuko in the 1978 film Grease? Number 2, who played Danny Zuko in the 1978 film Grease? Question 3, what type of fashion items are Mary Jane's? Number 3, what type of fashion items are Mary Jane's? Number 4, the Lakeside Shopping Centre is in which English county? Question number 4, the Lakeside Shopping Centre is in which English county? Number 5, England rugby player Mike Tindall married which member of the British royal family in 2011? Number 5, England rugby player Mike Tindall married which member of the British royal family in 2011? Number 6, which famous actor died during the filming of Gladiator in 1999? Number 6, which famous actor died during the filming of the movie Gladiator in 1999? Number 7, which triangle has two sides of equal length? Number 7, what is the name of a triangle that has two sides of equal length? Number 8, Charles Schulz drew which famous cartoon dog? Question 8, Charles Schulz drew which famous cartoon dog? Number 9, what is the capital of Mexico? Question 9 this week, what is the capital of Mexico? And number 10, which Mediterranean island do Kevin and Perry holiday on in the 2000 film Kevin and Perry Go Large? So number 10, which Mediterranean island do Kevin and Perry visit in the 2000 film Kevin and Perry Go Large? One of the greatest soundtracks to any film ever. Okay, that's your 10 questions on general knowledge. I'll have the answers for you after round number 2, which itself is after this quick break. Hello, do you want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, then distribute it everywhere and even earn money all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters and it's the home of Takeaway Trivia, and this is how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or PC. So no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. And believe me, before I started Takeaway Trivia, I'd never recorded a podcast in my life. So its simplicity is really what drew me towards the platform. Once you've done that, you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else where podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. The best of all, it's totally free with no catch. Ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I've been drawn to the really easy tools that you can use. You can add music, you can edit your podcasts all in the app. You can even add snippets of music from Spotify itself. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started. On with the quiz. We move on then to round number 2, and this is one we haven't done for quite a while on Takeaway Trivia. It's another round of general knowledge, however there is a sting in the tail. Oh yes, because in this round, if you get just one wrong, you have to score yourself 0 for the whole round. You can pass by leaving your answer blank, but if you get it wrong, that's it. You're done. You're done for this round. Sorry. It's called Wipeout, and it's the round that everyone fears when I do live quizzes. So, are you ready for Wipeout? Question number 1. Third place medals are traditionally made from which metal? Number 1. Third place medals are traditionally made from which metal? Number 2. The Nou Camp football stadium is in which Spanish city? Question 2. The Nou Camp football stadium is in which Spanish city? Number 3, equinophobia is the abnormal fear of which animals? Question 3, equinophobia is the abnormal fear of which animals? Number 4, what do we call someone who can speak without moving their lips? So question number 4, what do we call someone who can speak without moving their lips? Number 5, what is the name of Mickey Mouse's dog? Question 5, what is the name of Mickey Mouse's dog? Number 6, name the gland that controls the metabolic rate. Question 6, name the gland of the human body that controls metabolic rate. 7, which sex has the highest proportion of left-handed people? Number 7, which sex has the highest proportion of left-handed people? Number 8, which football team were the first to have an all-seater stadium? We're talking a UK football team or soccer team here. So question number 8, which UK soccer team were the first to have an all-seater stadium? Number 9, what is the name of Sherlock's landlord? So in the Sherlock Holmes novels, and I think the recent Benedict Cumberbatch series as well. Number 6, what was the name of Sherlock's landlord? And finally for this round, number 10, what is the most common non-contagious disease? Question number 10, what is the most common non-contagious disease? Remember, that is a wipeout round, so check through your answers. If you're not sure about one, scribble it out, because if you leave an answer there, you can get 0 if it's wrong. While you're checking your answers, let's go back to general knowledge. What were the answers there? Number 1, currently having huge success with Vampire. What is the name of Olivia Rodrigo's 2021 debut single that was Driver's License? Number 2, who played Danny Zuko in Grease? John Travolta. Of course it was. Number 3, what type of fashion items are Mary Jane's? They are shoes. Is there any link to the Mary Jane from Spider-Man? You know, which came first? Was one named after the other? I don't know. And number 4, the Lakeside Shopping Centre is in which English county? That is Essex. 5, England rugby player Mike Tindall married which member of the British royal family in 2011? Zara Phillips. 6, which famous actor died during the filming of Gladiator in 1999? Oliver Reed. 7, which triangle has 2 sides of equal length? Isosceles. Number 8, Charles Schultz drew which famous cartoon dog? Snoopy. Number 9, what is the capital of Mexico? That is Mexico City. And 10, which Mediterranean island did Kevin and Perry visit in the 2000 film Kevin and Perry Go Large? Ibiza. There you go, that's your 10 questions on general knowledge. Hope you've done well, hope it's put you in a good position for your all-time best score as we play Takeaway Trivia. Let's go on to round number 3. In this round, I'm going to give you 5 clues to a famous person. You've got to identify them as quick as you can. Clue number 1 is worth 10 points. Clue 2 is for 8 points, and we'll play all the way through to clue number 5, which is worth just 2 points. This round relies on your honesty and admitting when you genuinely worked out who the celebrity was. Because if you just say, yeah, I got it on clue 1, give me 10 points, you're just lying to yourself if you're telling porky pies. So, are you ready for Clued Up? Clue number 1 for 10 points. I was born at some point between the 8th of January 1982 and 1983. Growing up, I was described as a shy child, awkward with girls and indifferent to politics, but I did distinguish myself in sport. So clue number 1 for 10 points. I was born at some point between the 8th of January 1982 and the 8th of January 1983. Growing up, I was described as a shy child, awkward with girls and indifferent to politics, but I distinguished myself in sports. That's one of the hardest 10-point clues we've ever given at Takeaway Trivia. Mark, have you got it yet? Come on, sport. You're good with sport. You reckon that's a bluff? Okay, interesting. Clue number 2 for 8 points. I attended school in Switzerland in the 1990s, where classmates commented on how I spent hours doing meticulous pencil drawings of basketball star Michael Jordan. I obtained 2 degrees, one in physics and another as an army officer. Who am I? Clue number 2 for 8 points. I attended school in Switzerland in the 1990s, where I spent hours doing meticulous pencil drawings of basketball star Michael Jordan. I obtained 2 degrees, one in physics and another as an army officer. Who am I? Okay, clue number 3 for 6 points. I think this is the one that will give it away for many people. Mark's nodding. So clue number 3 for 6 points. Following my father's death, I became the supreme leader of my country in December 2011. I wasn't originally in line, however. My older brother fell out of favour with my father by trying to visit Tokyo Disneyland on an illegal passport. I later had him executed. Whoa. Who is it for 6 points? So clue number 3 for 6 points. Following my father's death, I became the supreme leader of my country in December 2011. I wasn't originally in line. However, my older brother fell out of favour with my father by trying to visit Tokyo Disneyland on an illegal passport. I later had him executed. That's very Dr. Evil, isn't it? Who is it for 6 points? Clue 4 for 4 points. I went missing for 6 weeks in September and October of 2014. Sources claim my extreme love of cheese has led to a rapid weight gain and severe cases of gout. Who am I? Clue number 4 for 4 points. I went missing for 6 weeks in September and October 2014. When I returned, sources claimed that my extreme love of cheese had led to rapid weight gain and a severe case of gout. And finally, clue number 5 for 2 points. As Supreme Leader of North Korea, I often make nuclear threats and test missiles into the Sea of Japan, leading to former US President Trump nicknaming me as Little Rocket Man. Who am I? Clue number 5 for 2 points. As Supreme Leader of North Korea, I often make nuclear threats and test missiles into the Sea of Japan, leading to former US President Trump nicknaming me Little Rocket Man. Who am I? I reckon that's us banned in North Korea now. Okay, while you're trying to work out the mystery person, let's go back to your answers to the Wipeout round. Number 1, third place medals are traditionally made from which metal? Bronze. Number 2, the Nou Camp football stadium is in which Spanish city? Barcelona. Number 3, equinophobia is the abnormal fear of which animals? Horses. Number 4, what do you call someone who can speak without moving their lips? It's a great talent to have in audio form, isn't it? Ventriloquist. Number 5, what is the name of Mickey Mouse's dog? That's Pluto. How does a mouse own a dog? You know, a mouse is tiny. The dog must be like 5 times the size of the mouse. Weird. Anyway, it's Pluto. Number 6, name the gland that controls the metabolic rates. That is thyroid gland. Number 7, which sex has the highest proportion of left-handed people? Males. Number 8, which football team were the first to have an all-seater stadium? That's Coventry City here in the UK. Number 9, what is the name of Sherlock's landlord? Mrs. Hudson. And number 10, what is the most common non-contagious disease? It's not heart disease, I'm guessing a few of you went for that. It's tooth decay. There we go, that's your answers to Wipeout done. Shall we return to Clued Up? It was a little bit different this week in that it was more of a famous person rather than a celebrity, but I was born between the 8th of January 1982 to 1983. This is because apparently he was born in 1982, but there was some kind of anniversary in 1983 that looked better on paper. Growing up, I was described as a shy child. I was an army officer, obsessed with Michael Jordan, loves cheese, apparently. Fell out of favour with their older brother, had them executed, went missing for 6 weeks, and is supreme leader of North Korea. Who is it? It is Kim Jong-un. Well done if you got that right. That is all the rounds of takeaway trivia answered so far. The slate is clean. Let's jump into the final fling. The final round then of this week's takeaway trivia. 15 questions, all mixed bag, potluck, general knowledge, but slightly trickier than the rest of the podcast. Are you ready? Number 1. Amarillo is Spanish for which colour? Number 1. Amarillo is Spanish for which colour? Number 2. On UK television, what does the letter P stand for if shown at the beginning of a programme? So it's a big letter P, comes up in the corner of the screen. What does that mean about the following programme? Number 2. On UK television, what does the letter P stand for if shown at the beginning of a programme? Number 3. What is the official language of the Bahamas? Question 3. What is the official language of the Bahamas? Number 4. What is the UK national speed limit on single carriage roads? Number 4. What is the UK national speed limit on single carriage roads? This is in miles per hour. Number 5. By what common name is Hansen's disease better known? Question 5. By what common name is Hansen's disease better known? Number 6. How many general elections did Harold Wilson win as leader of the UK's Labour Party? Number 6. How many general elections did Harold Wilson win as leader of the UK's Labour Party? Number 7. What became compulsory in cars on Britain's roads in 1932? Question 7. What became compulsory on cars on Britain's roads in 1932? I'll give you a clue. It's inside the car rather than on the car. Number 8. What is the medical term for abnormally low blood pressure? Number 8. What is the medical term for abnormally low blood pressure? 9. Harold Matson and Elliot Handler founded which famous toys and games company in 1945? So number 6, Harold Matson and Elliot Handler founded which toys and games company in 1945? Number 10, the AEX is the stock exchange in which European city? Question number 10, the AEX is the stock exchange in which European city? Number 11, which band released an album in the year 2000 called Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavoured Water? Lovely. Number 11, which band released an album in 2000 called Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavoured Water? Number 12, in which James Bond movie did Rowan Atkinson make his film debut? So number 12, in which James Bond film did Rowan Atkinson make his film debut? Number 13, in human anatomy, what is the name of the wall that separates the nostrils? Question 13, in human anatomy, what is the name of the wall that separates the nostrils? Number 14. What is the name of the wise old you in the film Babe? Number 14. What is the name of the wise old you in the film Babe? I've never seen Babe. I'm more of a Charlotte's Web person myself. Number 15. In which decade were Penguin paperback books launched? Question 15. In which decade were Penguin paperback books launched? And that's it. That's your 15 questions on the final fling. Make sure you've answered as many as you can. Read through your answers, correct them if needed, and let's find out how well you've done. Last chance to pause the podcast and double check your answers for the final fling, because here they come. Number 1, amarillo is Spanish for which colour? Yellow. Number 2, on UK television, what does the letter P stand for at the beginning of a programme? It means product placement. It means there's going to be an advert or a product used within the programme that's been paid for. And number 3, what is the official language of the Bahamas? English. 4. What is the UK national speed limit on single carriage roads? 60 miles per hour. Number 5. What common name is Hansen's disease, better known as leprosy? Number 6. How many general elections did Harold Wilson win as leader of the Labour Party? 4. Number 7. What became compulsory on cars on Britain's roads in 1932? Rear view mirrors. Number 8. What is the medical term for abnormally low blood pressure? Hypertension. Number 9. Harold Matson and Elliot Handler found which toys and games company in 1945? If you take Matson, if you take the Mat from that and the L from Elliot, you've got Mattel. Number 10. The AEX is the stock exchange in which European city? Amsterdam. Number 11. Which band released a 2000 album called Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavoured water? Limp Bizkit. Number 12. Which James Bond film did Rowan Atkinson make his film debut in? Never Say Never Again. And Pedants, yes, that's not an official James Bond film. It wasn't part of the Eon run. But nevertheless, obviously it did feature the character of James Bond. Sean Connery's last appearance as James Bond. Number 13. In human anatomy, what is the name of the wall that separates the nostrils? The septum. 14. What is the name of the wise old you in the film Babe? It's Ma. And number 15. In which decade were Penguin paperback books launched? The 1930s. Total up your scores and get ready to celebrate your winnings if you've beaten your personal best, or if you've won, if you're playing this as a real pub quiz. Well done. Don't forget to follow this podcast for free wherever you get podcasts from, so you can get it delivered straight to your device every Monday. And I will leave you with one final tat fact. Did you know that studies show that toast lands butter side down 62% of the time when you drop it? Just put the butter on the edges. You'll be fine then. Right, thank you for playing the quiz. It's been an honour to be a quizmaster. I'll be back next Monday with more takeaway trivia. Have a great week, have a safe week, and we'll quiz again soon. Take care. Hope you enjoyed playing this week's Takeaway Trivia. Don't forget, we're now available wherever you get your podcasts, so please subscribe, rate and review to help this podcast grow. Also, if there's anything you'd like to be tested on, any subjects you'd like to hear in the quiz, please get in touch. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/takeawaytrivia or on Twitter at BarWars. Speak to you soon. The intro music is There It Is by Kevin MacLeod, available from incomputech.filmmusic.io, licensed by creativecommons.org.